Hello everyone. In this video, I will be doing a review of the Abyss. Now, this is a sponsored review. I've been asked by the company to do this review, so I want to say that up front. But even though it is a sponsored review, all the facts, the judgment that I'm giving, my opinions are all of my own, and the rating I give is non-biased, and it is something that wasn't predetermined before I made this video. Okay, just want to say that up front. All right, so what is the Abyss? The Abyss is a new gaming ecosystem specifically made for MMO games. So those of you guys that aren't really familiar with MMO, stands for massive multiplayer online. So World of Warcraft is a good example. On the Xbox, something like Destiny would be considered one. So basically, it's games that's massive. You play it online with a lot of people, and they pretty much never end. There's always missions to do. There's always things that you can. There's always places you can explore. You can fight other people. You can fight monsters, collect rewards, and it's basically games that never end. Unlike traditional games where you beat it and that's it, there's not much to do. With MMO games, they pretty much go forever. So the Abyss is creating a new decentralized ecosystem for those games. But they're a little bit different because they're concentrating on both client games, which are ones that you would download onto your computer to play, and free-to-play games, which is based on your browser, which is unique in that sense because they compare themselves to other game platforms like Steam, which does not concentrate on free-to-play browser games, which the Abyss does. So let me start out before I go on. The Abyss is started by a gaming company called Destiny Games. Now, it's not the game Destiny. This company just happens to be called Destiny Games. And they've been around for 10 years. Okay, so this is not a new company. They specialize in a lot of online games, the free-to-play games. Okay, and they already have over 60 employees on the team. So they're a well-established company that's making a lot of money. They're not they're not just like some mom and pop shop that's deciding to come up with this idea. They definitely have experience in this space, and they have the team members to be able to make this a huge success. So that's a big plus. I wanted to say that up front. Now, looking at the team, I chose out like the top guys, okay? And let me close these. This guy Vladimir, he's the president. Unfortunately, on his LinkedIn, doesn't show that he has much experience outside of just being Destiny. He moved up from project manager, director, project manager, became president, and then now he's the president of the Abyss. He's the president of both, so good for him. Let's see. Sorry about that. Constantine, he's one of the founders. Well, actually, he is the founder of Destiny Games and Abyss. Doesn't show much outside that he's just a founder. And then Vladimir, who is the CTO. Now, he does have a lot of experience. If you look at it, he's been around the block, has a lot of experience. Started as a system engineer, software engineer, rose up to CIS, Chief Information Security Officer, CTO, then finally came aboard to Destiny and became CTO, and same thing with Abyss. So these are just the three top guys I found, and I'll go over the rest of the team in a little bit, but obviously most of them have worked at Destiny for a long time. So the company, like I said, it's been around for 10 years. They're still successful, so they know what they're doing. So that's the biggest plus, I think, so far for Abyss, because one of the things, a lot of people that follow me know that I love companies that have a working product, right? And then the new idea, or what they're trying to promote with their ICO is existing or extension of of the product they already have. So this is pretty much an extension of what they have. So that in my mind is a huge plus. All right. I'll be honest, as a con that I really don't like is the fact that they have this referral, active referrals. Okay, they make it clear that they want people to refer other people, friends, and family to this ICO. That to me is actually a big con. Okay, this reminds me of coins, like Packcoin and some of these other, BitConnect, some of these other coins that are simply drawing a lot of referrals to them, right? That doesn't have a product, and it becomes a pyramid scheme. Okay, I'm not saying this is a pyramid scheme, but I really don't like the fact that one of the first things you see when you go to the page is this active referrals list. So I don't like that. And obviously, whoever this person is trying his hardest to refer everyone. I mean, he's way more than everyone else. Okay. Now, outside of this, which I don't like, this is interesting. Okay, they actually released this, that they are the world's first DICO or DAICO. Okay. And what is that basically? It's something that the founder of Ethereum said, Vitalik Buterin, said that, it's a concept of combining DAOs with ICOs. And basically it's this DICO or DAICO. I don't know how to pronounce it. But basically the Abyss is taking that idea and they're running with it. So the concept is the same. Basically you're doing ICO, but basically in this format, the contributors, if you're investing, will have voting power. And the voting power will determine if the project moves forward, or if it doesn't, then everyone gets their money back, and also gives you voting power of when you can withdraw your funds. Okay, so they kind of explain it in this Medium blog post, which I will put in the description. You guys are free to look at it, but that's pretty much it. It's basically making the ICO more fair. Like, just because some of the other ICOs you participate in, you put in your money and then you don't know what's happening, right? When you go get your tokens, what's going on, if the project can't get canceled, when you get refunded and all that stuff. This DAICO basically takes care of that. The people that contribute will have the voting rights to all those things. Okay, so that is interesting, and I'm going to say that's a plus. As with anything where you're the first, you might see hiccups here and there, and sometimes too much voting power can be a bad thing. But overall, I think it's great that the BIS team, they're trying to implement it and seeing how it goes, and that's good for them. All right, so moving on, the other thing they really stress on, and I think it's a good thing, okay, but it's really up to you guys how you feel. They basically, besides just a referral program to the ICO, they're hitting referral programs hard, meaning gamers within this ecosystem or platform will be able to refer their friends to play into the games and make money in terms of the BIS tokens. Okay, so just so you guys know, the BIS token is basically the currency of anything that goes on in the BIS platform, which is good. That's what you want. All games, all reward system, payments, everything like that is with BIS tokens. So even with referrals, so if you're a gamer, you like a game, you want all your friends to play, you can refer them and make a BIS tokens. And also as a developer, okay, if you're drawing people in to play your game, you could also make money doing that with a referral program. So they say there's a personal 5-level referral program for both gamers and developers. That is absolutely unique. Okay. Again, I think I'm a little neutral on this. Okay. I think as a gamer, as a developer, I think, yeah, it sounds great that, you have another way of making money. But again, I don't know if that gives the right image off, right? Because if you're a well-known established company or a gaming company or whatever, I don't know if you want to give that off like, like it almost seems like desperate that you have to invite people to make money for this referral program. Again, that's my own thought, my own opinion. You guys might think that that's totally different. Okay, so it's up to you guys. But I do think that a lot of people will take advantage of it. I do think so, especially on the gamers part. I think for gamers, a lot of people, especially these MMO games, you have to play with friends, right? Inviting people to the games, I think, will be essential, and I think a lot of people will take advantage of that. And then also a lot of the other things that they talk about. I remember I just talked about the BIS token. Any kind of achievements and stuff that you earned within the games, it's all paid in the BIS token. So they're not just points that don't add up to anything. You're actually getting something of value, which is great. They also have in-game auction, which a lot of games have. Basically, if you collect anything and you want to sell it, you can do so. And again, it's with a BIS token. So again, of value. And you could withdraw all this, they say, to a Ethereum wallet, which they have a conversion for. That's awesome. And developer side, they have some things, but those are pretty much standard, game statistics, multilingual customer service, and so forth. Now, another thing, and I'll get to later on, is I don't know if they have it on the front page, but they also have a built-in ad system, ad platform, okay? And they cater that specifically for the developers. So basically, ad platform, you think of Google, AdSense, AdWords, or Bing Ads, or whatever. So they're basically giving developers an option to promote their games, okay, within this platform. So if you're playing a game, you might be able to see an ad from another game, and it makes you think, oh, I want to play that game. So they're building that into the platform too, which is very unique, it's to say the least, because now game developers can pay to have their ads in other games within the same platform. And that's amazing. And they're making it so it's the reverse. As a game maker, you can have ads placed within your game, okay, from other game developers, and make money that way, just like how AdSense works. So it goes both ways. So you could spend money to put ads somewhere else, and you can make money by allowing ads within your game. So the concept is wild. This is a completely new concept. I actually love that idea. I really think that's a good idea. I think bigger game makers probably won't like that, but smaller game makers that are that really need that extra income, I think they'll take advantage of that. So I do like that. All right, they have this whole diagram of how things work. You guys feel free to look at this. Let's look at the token sale details. Okay, and I think this is very reasonable. Their token sales go start February 7th. Each ETH will give you 5,000 in BIS. So if you look at basically, if you say ETH is 1,000, right? It's a 5-to-1 ratio. So basically, you do the math. It's pretty reasonable. There's these bonuses for when you participate. There's 1.15 billion tokens. On the grand scheme of things, I guess that's okay, but they are going to be burning a lot of stuff. So first of all, if there's a lot of stuff, tokens that's not sold, they will burn it, okay? And I'll show you in the white paper too, they say 1/3 of all their revenue from their ad platform and anything else they collect within the game, they will use that, 1/3 of that, to burn tokens too. So the total supply will be going down. So that's a really good thing for token holders, right? So, and then in terms of how they're going to handle the distribution and how they're going to use it, 60% in a crowd sale, which is great. Anything above 50%, in my opinion, is really good. Anything below 50%, I think the team might be getting greedy. But 60% being sold is great. 1% bounty, 21% for company and advisor, 21% is okay. 18% reserve, and they actually explain they're locking this for 6 months. But other than that, they're really going to use this to incentivize players and game and developers to utilize the platform, which I'm okay with. You got to spend money. You got to spend money to attract people to get on, right? And they kind of show 25% marketing, operational development, reserve, legal. I think that's all reasonable. So I do like how they're distributing it. I think that's really good. Here's the roadmap. They kind of go down, where they are. So here's the thing that it's a con in my opinion, because I figured that they would be further along with their development, but they really haven't started. Okay, so they're not going to get anything out, okay, until Q4 of this year, and that's the first version. Okay, and first version doesn't have all the things that they want. Now Q1 to Q4, so they didn't really break this down. So after 2018, they kind of just clumped the whole year together. Okay, so introduction of personalization, socialization, which is a big thing, detailed reporting, the CPA network, which is that ad platform I was talking about. Those things will just be in 2019. You have no idea when they're coming. The multi-level referral program and the currency API all come in Q4. Okay, so you're gonna have to wait at least 10 months for this to come out, and even then, when it comes out, it's not fully done. So you're gonna have to wait a little bit, okay? And then the rest that they don't finish in 2019, they go do in 2020. So in my opinion, that's a little bit of a con, right? Because to wait that far off, really, to before you see what you're investing in, that's a long time to wait, okay? But if it's really good, it's definitely worth the wait. But very few ICOs that I have seen, has a lead time of that long. So, all right, moving on. This is a pretty good chart that compares it to Steam and GOG Galaxy and Congregate. So it kind of compares. Obviously, they're going to make themselves look all green, but I don't think they're exaggerating. Like, for example, browser online games I mentioned they have, and Steam and GOG Galaxy doesn't. Rewards and payments and cryptocurrency, in this case the BIS token. Obviously, none of them are basically blockchain, so they're not going to have that. So some of these are big advantages. Okay, so obviously the CPA network that I mentioned for developers, that's a big thing. That's very unique. The referral program, which of course is unique. So there's a lot of unique things that they're building on. Definitely want you guys to take a look at that. I think once this gets going, okay, and I know it's a little bit of wait, but once it gets going, this could be like a powerhouse. This will be really hard to stop. Okay. So I showed you the blog. Here's kind of a white paper. I'm on page 6 because they don't really talk about it. I don't know why, but here's the important thing is 1/3 of the platform's commission from the internal CPA network and auction transactions will be burnt. So I think this is the important thing. The 1.15 billion tokens, of course, it depends on how many tokens they sell. So that might be much lower when they burn it, but they will continue to burn more tokens. And so that's going to add value to the BIS token itself. So I just want to point that out there. The white paper is actually very complete. Okay, it's pretty long, 20-something pages. But I do think that if you guys are interested in learning about how the referral program works, how the CPA structure works, some of the things that they want to do within the platform, definitely take a look. I think it's an interesting read. It is a little bit long. And here's the one-pager that I put out. Usually one-pagers are one page, but they kind of cheated and made it like 1.5 pages, but that's okay. But they kind of highlight some of the things, the key projects, a multi-level referral program for both players and developers. You got dual currency, you get your BIS tokens and money, you got the CPA network, you got auction and in-game items. They have master nodes, which a lot of people like, a motivational program for players. So basically it's the stuff that I mentioned, and you could take a look. It is based on Ethereum, so ERC20 based. Oh yeah, and here we go. The thing that I found in the white paper about burning the tokens is definitely here. Okay, and that's pretty much it. So let me bring up my PowerPoint here. Let me recap the BIS project. Okay, pros. There's a lot of pros to this. Okay, it's from an established company of over 60 employees, which I really like. I think that alone brings it up a notch. Okay, because a lot of companies, multi-billion-dollar companies, even you see them right with only like a handful of employees. This is from a company that has 60 employees, and it's been well established for 10 years. So that's a big pro. I think the referral program that they're pushing for both players and publishers is also very unique. Now, I have some hesitations with that, but I think it will do what the BIS team thinks, which is to draw a lot more people in. I do think that's going to happen. New monetization setup for ads. Yeah, their ad platform definitely is unique, first of its kind. I think that is I think that's a very brilliant, unique idea. I think that's going to do really, really well. They are conducting the first DA ICO, which gives a lot of voting powers to contributors. I put that as a pro. They are a first, so you got to watch out. Maybe there's something that might go wrong. We don't know. The first of anything always goes wrong. Remember the DAO that Ethereum tried to have. That didn't go so well. So just keep that in mind. And then lots of coin burning. I love companies that tries to add value to their tokens. They're burning any unsold tokens, and they have that 1/3. They're going to burn off they're going to utilize 1/3 of their profits to burn their remaining tokens. So that is great. So what about cons? Cons is the BIS token, unfortunately, is not a utility token. It's actually a currency. So it's considered a security token. So U.S. citizens cannot participate. There's other countries like Singapore where you cannot participate. So just keep that in mind. Unfortunately, a lot of people that want to participate in this because it seems like a good project can't because it's not a utility token. It is on an Ethereum network, and you guys might think, why is that a con? Well, we know as of right now, Ethereum can't scale very well, right? So if you have this platform with potentially millions of people playing these games, okay, Ethereum network can't handle it. We've seen CryptoKitties. It can't even handle CryptoKitties well. So, but the good thing is the platform's not coming out for at least another 9 to 10 months. So by then, Ethereum might be better off. But, we have seen companies like Kick, for example, that said that, you know what, we're moving our platform away from Ethereum to Stellar. So it's unknown if Abyss is thinking about that, but right now it's on the Ethereum network. If the Abyss team tried to release the platform today, I know it would be a problem, but maybe 10 months from now, it won't. But I'm putting that as a con. The referral MLM, like what they're trying to do, like when I said right on the first page, they kind of showed it, trying to get people involved to refer their friends and stuff like that to participate. I'm not a fan of that structure. Okay, I think that actually turned me off a little bit. But maybe a lot of people do like that. But it just kind of reminds me of some of the things that I've seen, such as BitConnect. Obviously, that collapsed in a horrible manner, and other coins that have done that. So for me, that's a con. But for the in-game, the end-game referral system, I think that will do what it's supposed to do. Okay. The other big con for me is, and this is huge for me, is that the first release is not set until Q4 2018, which is, like I said, 10 months. Right, and that might even be drawn out all the way to December or so, right? So that might even be longer than 10 months. And 2019 is not really laid out. As you saw in the roadmap, they basically have one clunk, Q1 and Q4 of 2019, and then they list a few things. So they definitely don't have that broken down. I don't know if that's on purpose. They didn't want to show the roadmap being too long or not. But, it's just unclear. And 2020 is also unclear. All right, so that's my complete review. What do I rate this? I rate it 3.75 out of 5. Okay, I think the Abyss, this new platform, this new idea is really good. I love the fact that they have an existing team, they have an existing company that's been out there for 10 plus years. Okay, with 60 plus employees. I think that's great. I think the whole idea of the CPA ad platform within the game platform, okay, I think that's brilliant. I think that ad developers will want to utilize that to make money and also advertise their games into other games. I think that's a great idea. The referral system for gamers and developers, I think it'll do what it's supposed to do, but I'm a little bit off by that. Okay, I just think that I think for gamers it'll work really well, but for developers, I don't know. And then, their coin burning is really good. I love, companies that keep adding value to token holders. But what really, subtracted some stars for me was, first of all, the long wait for the platform. Okay, I kind of expected that the developers are already working on it, but it seems like according to the roadmap, they have not done anything yet. They have not started. So there is potentially 10 to 12 months wait before this is coming out. So that's a big con for me. Another big con I said multiple times is I don't like to see that right on the first page on the front it shows a list of the top 10 referral people. That to me just seems gimmicky, and I don't like that at all. But outside of those two things, I think they're good. Oh, and another thing that kind of knocked it down another probably a little bit is the fact that they're riding on Ethereum. And as much as I like Ethereum, I know that at their current capabilities, there's no way they can handle this platform. No way. Because you know what? If they start putting on 10, 20, 30, 50 games, and each game starts having tens to hundreds of thousands of people running on it, it will destroy Ethereum's current network. So that's another concern I have. So overall, I think this is good. I think for those people that want to invest in this, I think it's a good project. Of course, unfortunately, U.S. citizens cannot, so you guys have to sit this one out. But I think this is a good one to invest. But you know, there are some things that, in my mind, in my opinion, just knocked it down. Okay, guys, that's it for my review of the BIS. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed this. Take care. Bye bye.